reference to Dionysus, twice-born nature, and his connections with both Osiris and Horus. Diodorus, Herodotus, Cicero, and many other ancient accounts agree that Dionysus and Osiris are one and the same god, for no gods are worshipped by all Egyptians in common, except Isis and Osiris, who they say is Dionysus. These are worshipped by all alike. Osiris is, in the Greek language, Dionysus, Herodotus. During the Hellenistic era, Osiris became Serapis by adding the Apis bowl with Osiris. Osar plus Apis, you get Serapis. Like Dionysus, Serapis has his bull form. Sabazius, one of the many titles of Dionysus, is often linked to a lunar or solar bull. The bull is often depicted on the countless hands of Sabazius, iconography, further connecting the bull to Sabazius. To solidify that Sabazius is the bull being sacrificed by Mithras, in the Vatican Museum, a rare sculpture of Sabazius from Phrygia is displayed. The sculpture shows a bust of Sabazius with the Dionysian pine cone in the hand. In front of Sabazius, there is Mithras' figure in the typical pose from the bull's murder. However, there is no bull. Instead, Mithra has stabbed the knife in Sabazius. The expression on Sabazius' face is unambiguous. Sabazius is dying. This, in my opinion, tells us that we should have no doubts. The bull sacrificed by Mithras for salvation of the world is none other than Sabazius, who is Dionysus. And just as Jesus is the sacrificial lamb, Dionysus is the sacrificial bull. Agriculture is inaugurated once again by the god as the tail of the collapsing bull turns into ears of grain. Walter Burkett. The Taurobolium, central to the mysteries of the Great Mother and Attis, which later became syncretized with the Mithraic mysteries in the Roman imperial cult, had initiates enter a chamber surrounded by Bacchic dancers, flutes and drums, and the priest would cut the bowl and the blood would drop down into the chamber, and the initiate would then be washed in the blood of the bowl. Just in the same way, the initiates of Christ would become symbolically washed in the blood of the Lamb. The parallels are too striking to ignore. In fact, in other ancient images of Dionysus, we can see his whole body is like lush grapes, and the same dog and snake seen in the Mithraic images are also seen flanking Dionysus, whose flesh is literal grapes, the dog and the snake. From both the painting of Dionysus and the Mithraic Tauroboliums represent the levels of initiation of the Roman imperial cult. Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood has eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. For my flesh is real food, and my blood is real drink. Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood remains in me, and I in him. Jesus in John 6:5. Somebody living in the late 1st century in the Greek-speaking world would immediately hear this and think of the Dionysian imagery obviously borrowed from.